Welcome back to Studio 10, and get ready to laugh because our next guest is one of the funniest people out there when she turned her living room parties into a hit theatrical off-Broadway show that has kept her touring all over the country for 15 years. And this week, she is coming to the Wharton Center. So everyone, let's welcome Dixie Longate. Hi, Dixie.
Thank you so much for having me.
Now, you and Tupperware go way back. Now you're hosting parties. So what is it about Tupperware that is the perfect fit?
All things started. I got out of prison, and my parole officer, this adorable lady, she said, "You need a job in order to get your kids back." I'm like, because they make you take them when you get out of prison. It's so stupid. I hate that law. I want to march on that law, But anyway, so I started selling because she said, "You need something that's going to make you some money." And I said, "Well, I can't go into people's homes because of the restraining order or whatever." And she's like, "I get that taken care of." And she did. So I started doing Tupperware parties in people's living rooms. And first of all, I thought Tupperware was just for old ladies, but it's awesome and it's really grown and it's just continued to be relevant. So it's kind of an amazing product. A friend of mine said, "You should do this as a show." And I said, "What are you talking about?" Because we were doing something else at the time. And he's like, "Do it as a show." I'm like, "I'm super busy." But so I put it together as a show, took it to New York and got some people interested in it. So I moved it off Broadway. That's what the whole thing started. And then I started like, I'll do a little tour of it. We'll see how it goes. I'm about to start my 16th year of the tour. It just keeps going on and on. It's like the Energizer Bunny. And sometimes when you put those batteries and things, they just keep going on and on.
So when did this all start?
The thing about it, the reason people, what I want people to focus on is it's not just about the Tupperware, it's about the party. This is the whole point. That's why party's right in the title. I want people to have a good time. I mean, when you go to a party, you're always going to have a great time, and that's the whole point. It's a Tupperware party on stage, but there's a whole message behind it about inspiring and empowering people, so that when you walk out of the theater, hopefully you have a little bit more spring in your step, and you feel a little more able to take on the world in ways you didn't know before. And that's the thing that I love about the history of Tupperware. When Tupperware came out, it was right after the World War II, and women had been Rosie the Riveters. They've been doing all this, making all these contributions to the war effort, and then they were thrown back into the kitchen and told, like, you're not of any value anymore. And Tupperware came around at a time when it empowered women to be able to be bigger members of their family, bigger members of the community, take a stake in their own selves again, and say, "Look, no, I can do this. I can build my own business." And it really was an amazing thing that just sort of exploded because all these women found their own power. And so I tell that. Not only do I tell that story in the show, but I also sort of relate that to all the people that are at the show, because I think there's always something hidden in everybody that they don't realize their own power and potential. And so sometimes it just takes a little recalculating at how you look at yourself to go, "Oh, wait, no, I'm bigger than I think I am. I can go out there and really do something fantastic for the world." And so I hope everybody goes out not only giggling, but also feeling a little bit more empowered than when they walked into the theater.
You've been touring for 15 years. That's a long time. So what keeps you going? What's your favorite part about this experience?
But first of all, I love going to see different places. It's not like, for example, my first time ever being up to Lansing. I've been to different places in Michigan, but I've never performed in Lansing. So I'll be able to go there for a couple of days, see the city, get lost in the city a little bit, see what makes everybody tick, which I love because we have such a great country to be able to go around and see things and meet different people. It's just one of the best parts of this job. But I also love the fact that the show is interactive. So I get people up on stage to do things with me. I'm always playing with people in the audience. And so every show is going to be different.
So when I think of Tupperware, my first instinct is definitely not to laugh. So what are you looking forward to when you take the stage at Wharton Center? What can people expect?
This is the thing. Come on in and have a good time. A lot of people get real scared at an interactive show because they're like, "Oh no, she's going to pick on me. She's going to make fun of me." I'm like, I don't do that to anybody. My whole thing is about lifting people up and empowering people. So if I pick on you, if I play with you, it's because there's a point that I'm going to lift y'all up. And that's my whole hope with everything. So I want people to come in just ready to party and ready to giggle. That's my hope. And a lot of people look at it and they say, "Oh, Tupperware, that's just for ladies." No, it is for everybody.
Oh, that's incredible. Well, we thank you so much for being with us today, Dixie.
Thank you for having me on the program. I appreciate that. You are so neighborly. I appreciate it.
And remember, you can see Dixie this Thursday and Friday at Wharton Center. The show starts at 7:30, and you can get tickets by going to whartoncenter.com.